If you're starting a new exercise program, then protecting your body from injury is going to be key. You want to protect your joints. Primarily, you're talking about your hips, your shoulders, your elbows, your knees, ankles, etc., and spine joints as well. Remember all of those different attachment sites in the spine, all of those vertebrae, and each articulation between the other vertebrae. Those are all joints. So let's talk about that for a minute. There's a few very fundamental things that you can be doing that are simple, that are going to do a lot for you in the long run to prevent both accidental, whoops, I just threw my back out, and also repeat strain injury. Things to keep in mind. So let's talk about first the shoulder blades. Now you've got the tip of the shoulder blade at the back. I want you to imagine the tip of the shoulder blade at the back coming in toward the rib cage and then inward toward the spine. So you're tucking forward and inward with both. You don't have to flex your shoulders to do that. So here's your second tip. As the shoulder blade tips come forward, so should your rib cage. Bear with me. Okay? Forward. Okay? No big deal. Forward. It's subtle, isn't it? But that rib cage needs to come up at the front, and the shoulder blades need to tuck in. Okay? The next thing that's really fundamental is the lower abdomen, because otherwise you're going to be overusing your low back and your hips. With everything that you do, whether that's lifting or squatting or twisting, pulling or pushing, your pubic bone should be coming up towards your breastbone. And you hold your pubic bone up towards your breastbone the whole time you're doing that activity. That pubic bone should be pulled up toward the breastbone by your core muscles all the time as you work out. And if your body has to let that go from fatigue, you need to stop what you're doing and give yourself a break, because you're now too tired, meaning your body is too fatigued to continue doing that movement safely. You want to go take a break and you want to come back and do another set. All right? The next thing that you want to do is, for protecting the inner parts and the front parts of the hip and pelvis, you want to actually spread your legs apart as they're on the ground. What that means is you're not going to move anything. No one's going to notice you're doing anything. But as you do this, try this. You're standing up, push your feet outward. You're going to activate your side thighs and the outside of the hips. That's going to help the back and the pelvis a lot. Now, are you hyperextending at the knees? Give it a little bit of a bend. You might feel your system starting to shake now. Your knees might be trembling a little, your thighs might be trembling. That's okay. So are mine. That's all right. Those muscles will get in better shape. We're getting the smaller muscles in shape as well as the bigger ones, and you're going to have more functionability, a bit more resilience to what you're doing, as well as usable muscle, functional muscle within the real world. So you want to bend a little at the knee. It doesn't have to be a squat. That's different. It can be hard on the knees. Just a little bend so you're not hyperextending. Pull your feet out. Pubic bone up toward the breastbone. Shoulder blades up and in as the rib cage comes forward. Feels strong, doesn't it? Yeah, definitely. Next thing I want to talk about, just very quickly, is stretching. Stretching's not my favorite thing because it's not very exciting. But stretching can really be key to preventing your injury. So think about it as an investment into your future, right? Because you're going to be able to exercise and keep doing those exciting, awesome, successful things if you give yourself that time to stretch those muscles out after they've been activated, worked, and flexed. They need to release their flexion. They need the opportunity to do so. Now, there's a lot of ways to waste your time as you're stretching. So what you want to do is to put yourself in a very relaxed body position and let your muscles work themselves out. You don't have to be pulling them like elastic bands. They know what to do. Just get yourself in a body position, rest in it, enjoy your music or whatever it is that you're doing, and those muscles will work themselves back to a state of neutral. You're going to be a lot more happy the next time you do your workout. You're not going to feel so tired in the bones. And I think that overall you probably have a lot more advancements and success more quickly with getting fit. So if you have any more questions about that, then of course you can come in and see me. We can talk body mechanics if we want, or if we can talk about nutrition, we can talk about diet with regards to getting fit and making sure that you don't overtrain or you don't get repeat strain injuries due to a nutrient deficiency or something like that. There's a few things that we could talk about in this regard, and I'd be happy to tackle any of those topics with you. Hopefully that got you curious, and hopefully that little bit of information helps you. Have a wonderful day.